Hello, welcome back. We're back here with our little guy. He's just a little guy, and we're gonna be finishing him up today. So, last time I was working on this guy, I had contrast painted a bunch of parts on him, and today I'm going to finish up the non-contrast parts and this blade right here. So, I think where I'm going to start today is with the Striking Scorpion. No, Brass Scorpion. Striking Scorpion, Brass Scorpion, same thing. Put a good dollop on my palette. Yeah. So let that brush a bit. This is our guy. Let me bring him in. Hold on. There we go. There we go. This is our guy. He's just a little guy. But now I've got to do his brass scorpion bits. And what I'm going to do is just this border right here. Let me bring it down a little closer with it. And the top of his cuirass as well when I get there. The buckles. He's actually going to have a good amount of this on him. But this is definitely the touchiest part. I was trying to get this without getting anything else. Okay, that's his loops done. The side of his cuirass. Now I'm going to get these loops for his belt. You could, probably should, do those a separate color, but I am trying to minimize the amount of different colors I have. Ooh, you can't see that at all, can you? There we go. I am trying to minimize the amount of different colors I work with. You got a little bleed over onto his belt there. That's gonna happen. That's just it when you don't do things in sub-assemblies. But if you've watched a video of mine before, you know how I feel about sub-assemblies. There we go. So that is his belt loops and stuff done. Now, I gotta figure out everything else on here that's gonna be striking scorpion as I go. I think we're gonna do these. Striking scorpion. And that's it now. This is in fact striking scorpion. It's a lot like when I have white scar paint and I instead call it Corax white. That is it. There's no fixing it. It's in my brain as that now, and that is what it will be. Okay. Now to do the upper lip of his cuirass with the same thing. Go. Ooh. I don't think I hit anything. There we go. All right. Now. I know that I want it to do this. This is the way his other weapon, the way the weapon of my other guy is done. I'm going to use that as inspiration. You guys are going to get a free song until I can finish this section. Oh, bless me. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Well, while I was busy, I actually got a lot done. While I was talking to my partner on the phone, I finished a lot of my little bitty pick-out work. Now, we're going to move on to the last little bits. So first and foremost, I'm going to do the piping. And one set of pipes I'm going to do with that rusted iron color again. So all of these metal pipes, or the corrugated pipes, I'm going to do with this. Yep, I just fucked up. There we go. I'm going to do with this rusted iron color. Actually, to be fair, when I picked this color out, it was actually going to be a lot more prevalent on these guys. I wasn't going to do the bronze. I was going to do the rusted iron. Then once I actually saw it on model, I really didn't like it as much as I thought I would. So it's kind of made its way here to just a kind of off color that I use for side details, stuff that I don't want to do black, or I don't want to do with lead belcher. That happens sometimes. We think we're going to like a color, and then when we actually see it, we do not. Yeah, so we just did that one. And then I'm going to do this one down here, that same color. Turn them over. Okay, oh no. You guys might not see this very well. There we go. So, I'm just going to do a little touchy touch here. So that is the rusted iron piping. The rest of the piping I am going to do in black, which means whipping out the contrast paint again. And then giving this a good go down. And just quickly touch up his butt cheek there. And do this one here as well. There we go. Put that aside for a second. Just spot out one thing I need to touch up. I didn't really say touch up. Just do a little bit better. There's this connection port right here. There we go. There we go. Now we have them. We're going to do his glovies next, which are also going to be black to match the rest of his fabric. I'm going to go a little lighter. A lot of details and stuff on his fingies. I don't want to lose. If you want to go a little heavy on the contrast paint, the only nice thing I find about contrast paint is that I can kind of just drag it around to the areas that I need it to be. So yeah, I went a little heavy in one spot, but I can just keep wicking it up, moving it to the spots where I want it to be. Okay, we're getting there. Hold on, I got my brush. Accidentally got a bit of paint on my paintbrush. A horrific accident. Okay, I just noticed this. Normally I wouldn't even bother with something that small. Again, on a cheap garbage unit. But I just kind of saw it and I thought maybe it would help to break up the band there a little bit. That's fine. Okay. I'm not going to bother doing the underside. Alright, so that is his tubies done. Most of his details done. The last thing, I think, is to do the effect on his blade. Which I do with yellow contrast paint I've been using this entire time, which is Yandin Yellow. To do this, I actually wick away almost all of it. So I'm just left with that much. I'm just left with that much. That I will now take. Actually, this is a bit heavy. Thank God I'm doing the other side first. Take that and just spread it over the blade. Just like that. Now, the way the actual art does it, I'm actually going to kind of overlap this a little bit here to try and almost create the effect that it's glowing on the weapon. The way the actual art does this is it's darker out here, but I actually think it should go the other way. This is just me, but I actually think the darkest part should be back further. So what I'll do now is I'll paint a layer out like that. So now I have two tones of yellow. I'll do the same thing on the back. I'll come in again, much closer this time. Do another layer. Right in there. So I'll blend it a little bit more. Now, I can't figure out if I'm gonna do it. This is the part I always find hard. Now I'm gonna want to take my white paint. First and foremost, I am going to hit the entire edge with white. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna draw, erase this for a second, take this off here. Bring this up to a fine point. A little bit of white lining out. And something like that. It just helps to distract from your blend a bit. It's also helped us focus a bit. There we go. Yeah, so it just helps to take away from the little bit from the blend. Makes it look like there's a bit more imperfection. You have my version of a power axe. white hot at the top. Bellows as it goes out. And now you have what I believe to be a fully completed, as much as I'm going to do, Bob the Cthonian Berserk. His skin is actually much lighter in person, which is good. And I think in the other guys, I might make those gloves leather. Here we are. Anyway, these are my Cthonian Berserks. That's the start of them. I don't know how much of this I'm going to show you guys for these guys. But, yeah. I hope you enjoyed Bob. And I will see you next time. Shorter one today, so have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your week or weekend or weekend week or permanent vacation. I don't know what's going on. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much. All of the generic and standard YouTube begging. Memphis is also going to do the YouTube begging. Memphis. Buddy. Beg for YouTube. Memphis? Okay, he's not going to beg for YouTube, but we are going to do a sleeping stream. Alright, thank you, and I will see you next time. Or probably not, but yeah.